field that quickly right out of the gates. That's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Knicks and the Broncos now will line up and go for two.
The Broncos will line up for the two-point conversion.
Here's Knicks to throw. And that is incomplete. Aggressive play here. Score that opening drive. But they don't get two, and it remains 6-0.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Ty Felton now on the return. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
On play action, here's McCarthy. He connects with Jordan Addison. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
A gain of
They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Oh, an ill-advised throw there. It's an interception. Picked up by Alex Singleton.
McCarthy's pass intercepted.
Well, that's the
The cannons of the pirate ship ready to fire in the north end zone. We can only be one place. Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa, the home of the Buccaneers. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Off we go from Raymond James Stadium. On the return, here comes White. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
28-yard line.
Right to the air. It's Mayfield. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Messenger on the coverage.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. This pass is caught by Cade Otton. And a big strike for good yardage there, all the way up to midfield.
Complete to
They
Cade
get
Otton.
22 yards there.
First and 10
It's a first
at the
down for
50-yard
Tampa Bay.
line.
Mayfield to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
A gain of 9.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Off the play fake. It's Mayfield. This one on target to Godwin. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Number 14 with a pickup of 14.
Chris Godwin.
And a first down.
First and 10
First
at
and
the 26-yard line.
Kings! What's that?
And this will not be a spike. He faked it. That is intercepted. Picked by the former Bruin out of UCLA. And the Browns are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
From the 39, here's a first and 10. Right to the air goes Sanders. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Third down and 10.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch. And in this case, what guys are unwilling.
It's a gain of 12 there. It's a Browns first down.
12 yards.
These third down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
48-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up second and 9.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's second and 8. Again, it's Jenkins. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Tyke Smith
was tackled at the
there on the
46-yard line.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
On third down, Sanders. Open man, and that's Tillman.
Complete to
And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. We'll have more from Tampa after this. Start of the second. Browns in control of the football. They've got it with 4th and 1 straight ahead. They'll try to throw for it with Sanders. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. And he's going to have the first down.
It's a
aggressive call there. It works out as they convert on fourth down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, it's Sanders. Look at that to Quinshon Judkins. We'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
A gain of
15-yard pickup there. First down, Cleveland.
That's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
Throwing again is Sanders. There's a screen set up for Judkins. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It's pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Again, it's Sanders. This one caught at the 4. To the goal line and in. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown Cleveland.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
The extra point is up and good. And the Browns will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And it will finally get him down. He gets all the way close to the 40-yard line.
Their own 39-yard line.
Regular. Good. Point it right. 180. Up, Nelson. What's that?
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. He finds Mr. Reliable, Mike Evans. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a first down.
Alert.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, alert 33. Done.
Mayfield to throw it here on first down. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
Buccaneers first down.
That,
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Baker to throw. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
Incomplete. It's now second and 10.
Hurry, hurry! 180! Kings, Kings, Kings! Hey, alert, 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 alert! That's hot!
Throwing on second down, Mayfield. This one intercepted. Picked off by Carson Schlesinger.
Intercepted.
And at this point on the sideline, like, it just has to feel like deja vu. I mean, really, the last two drives, same story. Continuing to drive, have something brewing, and then you just stall out in the exact same fashion. You can't put the ball in harm's way. You're not going to win a lot of football games if you do.
Ready up! Let's go!
Now Shador on first down. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall
intended for
a rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
That's caught. It's Isaiah
It's a
Bond.
gain of 11.
And he's going to be out of bounds up at the 25-yard line. 11 yards on the pass there. It's a Browns first down. On the handoff, Judkins. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
That's another Browns.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Buccaneers will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
The Bucs take over.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. Trying to hook up with Cade Otten that time around.
He was covered by Tyson
and
Campbell.
It'll bring up second down.
Pistol, pistol, pistol. Good. 1-8. Alert, 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 alert. Stop.
Out of the shotgun. Mayfield. Huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Browns are going to get it back here just past the 35.
At their own.
All right, so that's consecutive drives now. You've come out here and thrown interceptions. I think at this point, Mike, it's time to run the ball. It's time to give this offense a little bit of a reset, settle this quarterback down. And if nothing else, let's cool off this secondary. They are flying to the ball. They are taking chance after chance. Let's remove them from the defense for a while, make them defend the run, and let's get our offense back on track. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On second down, Sanders. This is brought in downfield by Judy. And he will go all the way. Jerry Judy. Touchdown Browns. His second touchdown of this first half.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the first half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
Makes the score Browns 14, Buccaneers nothing.
Final 9 seconds of this half, and the kick is away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Real. 180. Regular. That's hot.
Here's Mayfield. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. And he will score. Bucky Irving. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
Lining up
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. That one is no good. Not even close. He missed it wide to the left, and the score remains right where it's at.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Tackled back at the 26-yard line.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 29.
That one good for 29.
And the Browns first
so
down.
They come to the line for first down
and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now it's Sanders. The pressure gets there. Down he goes. Shedeur Sanders.
It might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the first sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
Pass caught by Bob. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Shedeur. Tries to get that one down the field, but it is incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target, and that'll set up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's...
Oh, he's got a defender right with him, and it's an interception. Picked up by Zion McCollum.
Sanders pass.
So you find yourself with a lead here in the second half, and up until this point, I think he's done a pretty good job being a contributor to that, but you don't want to give the defense a chance to spark the comeback. You're trying to put them away late, protect the ball, safe throws. Don't be afraid to get to your check down. One bad read, one forced throw can be all you need to flip this game on his head and find yourself going with a lead late to falling behind.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
Brings up a third down.
It is third and 10
to go.
Set. What's that?
On third down, it's White. They get 15 on that game. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
A gain of 15 yards.
Typically in a third down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass. But give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
Mayfield to throw on first and 10. Down the field, it's Evans. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
More yards.
That pass play, good for 22. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
10 at the 48-yard line.
Regular. Sick. 180.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's first and 10.
Set. 180. Real. What's that?
To throw is Mayfield. Going up top for Evans. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. It's second down.
Set. 180. Alert. What's that?
They run with the Oregon man. It's Bucky Irving. And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
He was brought down by Denzel Ward.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Hurry. Done.
Throwing is Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Hey, alert. Set. 180. Kings. Hey, alert. What's that?
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. Quick slant into the hands of Ibuka. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a fourth down, fourth quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs. Throwing now, Sanders on first down. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
A gain there of 21. First down, Cleveland.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Sanders will throw it. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
Brings up second and 10.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
A gain of 9 brings up third and
2 minutes
1.
to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll drop to throw. That's caught to the side. It's complete. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. On play action, Shador. Oh, do you believe it? It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Tyke Smith. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go with their ball, with their eyes. And I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop. Look off the safety. Hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want to go with the ball. A lot of that just comes with experience, and sometimes you got to gain that experience the hard way.
And it will be taken down, but not before he gets to the Browns' 33-yard line.
A gain of
A
39
big play
yards.
and a much-needed one as well.
For a
39 yards.
Run.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Hey, alert! Dad!
On first down is Mayfield. Out to his right. Now he'll run it. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
It's a gain of 20.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
What's that?
They'll stick to the ground. The hole closes quickly. They'll pick up about 3. Here is second and 7.
What's that?
It's a pickup of 3.
Baker keeping it on the zone read.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going shortly. If you send your field goal unit on the field, Mike, it gives you a chance to chip away at this deficit. I think I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going to one of my critical plays on my call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
Buccaneers.
And what a finish this is shaping up to be, Mike. They somehow get the late touchdown with very little time left on the clock. And, of course, now everybody knows what's coming. You've got to have your best 2-point, gotta have it play. You've been working on it all week. Let's see what they got.
The last touchdown, that was only half the battle. Now they've got to get the 2-point conversion to tie this game up.
Real. What's that?
From the gun, it's Mayfield. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion works. And we might be headed to overtime.
You can just tell the teams that practice these end-of-game situations. After the offense scored, there was no big hoopla. They weren't throwing themselves a parade. They immediately knew they had to go for 2. Get back in the huddle, get their best play call executed, and we got a tie ball game.
Chase McLaughlin.
So, not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late 4th as the kickoff comes. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's first down. Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. Looking deep here for Tillman. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. Here we go. One final play. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Jacob Harris. And this is going to be a touchdown. What a shocking finish. There are no flags, and this game is over.